the things that I always look upon is technology is great, software is awesome, but at the end of the day, people relationships are the most important aspects, right, of how anyone does business. Now, I had a really good mentor at Salesforce.com that once told me that, Al, people buy for only one of two reasons if you boil it down. It's either for fear or for greed, right? And greed is not a bad thing, nor is fear a bad thing, right? Fear is where someone says, boy, like if I don't make the right decision, if I don't get the right technology or the right software, my job might be on the line, right? So that's a fear aspect of it. Or the other fear is, boy, like there are so many sales reps that are dependent on me to provide them the right tools to sell. If I don't provide it, these sales reps are not going to look upon me in the same favorable eye that they are expecting to look to me too. That's one aspect of it. Greed is where an executive within an organization looks at something and says, I need to invest in this technology because that is going to help me sell more, help my company grow more, right? So that's the greed aspect of it, right? So people need to see that and they need to recognize and realize, what drives them to make a buying decision. So at the end of the day, the way I met is I had heard about Aviso from a variety of channels, some of whom I had the pleasure of working with in past lives and past jobs. And there was a part of me that was curious to learn about what Aviso offered up. What I liked about the Aviso engagement was that there was a continuous chain of engagement from different parts of the Aviso organization, whether it was the C-level execs, whether it was the sales team members, whether it was the professional services team members, right? And the people relationship that comes in here is the trust, right, that customers will build in recognizing and understanding if the software vendor truly understands what their business pains are, if they are easy and willing to work with you, right, to make something happen, and if they can trust the software vendor to deliver on the promises that the software vendor is making. So in this scenario here, I had the pleasure of working with Trevor, working with Dave Watson, working with Ravi, right? Three people that played three different roles really well. They kind of like help put that emphasis on the urgency of making the right decision. They talked to us about, Dave was a great guide in helping guide us around the types of capabilities we were looking for and whether Aviso fit those needs. When we needed to talk to references, when we needed to being able to understand what the architecture was, he was able to pull the right people in. And also meeting with your professional services team, with Ravi out there, being able to understand and recognize, great, this is the person we're going to be working with that's going to help actually implement all of the stuff that we're talking to them about in a sales cycle. These are all very powerful aspects of what we did. And I thought one of the big challenges that your team threw to us was Ivanti team. Do you really want to use our system to seeing how effective it is going to be to your sellers? We are willing to step up to the challenge and have you guys come in and use our solution. And so that was something we said, wow, that's a pretty bold challenge, right? That they're throwing to us. We were able to do that, use that in a POC and truly see the value, right, of what Aviso could do to our systems, to our data. That kind of made the decision a lot more easier.